Hi, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to look at Google My Business, but particularly three areas or three things you can do, these features that most people don't seem to be doing. They're really powerful. They'll really increase your rankings in Google, and they're ideal for a business that maybe is, say, running properties, listing properties like a real estate or a property developer, a local estate agents even. If you run those types of businesses, then you need to know about these three things. So make sure you stay with me now. So I'm Zane from Zanet Design, and I help businesses like yours grow on the internet and really benefit from some of the tips and tricks and the experience I've gained over the years of working in this industry. So before I forget, and before you forget, make sure you do subscribe with the button down below. And then in that way, when I come out with more tips or benefits to you, you won't miss out on those things. So let's take the question that we're looking at today, which is what are these three powerful tips then, or these three powerful, what do we call them? What are these three powerful features that you need to know about, particularly if your business involves properties? Well, let's delve straight in and have a look. So how can estate agents really benefit from Google My Business? Well, we're going to look at three powerful features that really no one seems to be doing at the moment. And I think this is a real ideal way of getting ahead and getting extra sales if you're an estate agent or a real estate agent. So Google My Business will really reward you if you put these features into practice. So what is Google My Business? Well, you're probably familiar with it already. If you are an estate agent, then you should have claimed your business by now. You can still set it up if need be. But if we go to a standard Google My Business map, so if I go, for example, here and do a estate agent search in my local area, and here now I've got a list of all the estate agents that are local to me, and each one of them has the link to their website and directions to get there and so on. But what Google does is it enables you to put information in about your company, and then based on that information and based on ratings and other things as well, it will then put you in this order. It's really important to be in the top three here because you'll actually be found in results as well. So for example, if I go to estate agents in Google search, so I just type in there estate agents in Bournemouth, press enter, then in the search results, notice here we get three websites that come up. Now that's free. That's free marketing. Imagine coming to #1 on Google for estate agents for a local person. That's ideal, isn't it? So these three guys are obviously benefiting. But you notice that they have a few things in common. One of the main things in common is they have their information totally filled out. They also have quite a lot of reviews, particularly this one here, 43 reviews, averaging 4.7. The other thing that makes a difference is how close they are to me. So this is just around the corner. This one's a bit further away, but then it has 101 reviews. So Google obviously has its way of dealing with who goes where. But if I click on more places, you'll see that then we get some adverts as well, people paying to be seen, and then these are the ones that kind of got there through a bit more effort. But as I said, there are three things that people aren't doing, and this is quite an exciting area. So I offer to help small businesses. So if you're a local business and you want me to be involved in helping you, then by all means you can contact me on my website or on this channel by a comment. I'm sure it's easy enough to find me if you search for Zanet Design in the Southbourne area. So how can we help businesses that want to use Google My Business, but particularly estate agents in this area or real estate? So these are the three things that I notice that no one seems to be doing. First of all, is when you do get comments or replies, so let's just take here, Clifton's for example, so I've got no reason to pick anyone in particular, I'm just picking these. When you look at the reviews, they've got 101 reviews. This is so important. So they've done this, and this is again helping to rank them. They get a review, they respond. A review, they respond. A review, they respond. Now you might think, well, that's surely not that important. But let's go to a different website. So they've got some reviews here, and if you look at their reviews, they don't seem to respond. 41 reviews, and there you go, there's no response at all. So people are saying nice things, this person's got a fantastic experience, and people are giving it a thumbs up. There's no response at all. And I don't think I mean, I know this guy actually, many years ago, they did some work for me, and they're nice guys, but they obviously just haven't got someone who realises the importance of replying to everything. And even if you get a bad review, you can still reply. Just reply, say, I'm really sorry that was your experience. Every single reply will help Google to just understand a bit more about the company, and believe me, it makes such a difference. So 41 reviews. Every one of those needs to have some type of reply if you can. So that's my first tip for estate agents or real estate, is to make sure you reply to all of your reviews, good or bad, but try and put things right if you can. Now the second one is a real fantastic thing that I can't believe no one's doing, and I've looked through nearly every estate agent in Bournemouth and no one's doing this, and this will get you so much further ahead than the majority of your other estate agents that aren't doing it. And all it is, and in fact there's only one I could find doing this at the time, I think it was, where was it? I think was it Winkworth? So one of the things they're doing there actually is really good as well. They've got members of staff, they've got the office. That's I mean, that's excellent as well, but that's another tip for another day. But no, it wasn't them, it was McKinley's. There you go, I think it was McKinley's. Now they've done this really well, and this is something that I can't believe no one else is picking up on. But you've got an area for posts. Now, why aren't people putting a post of each property they take on? So if I click on this, view all, McKinley's are the only ones doing this. So they take on a property, 19th of October, they then put the information about it, and then call now. And then they've got, again, a listing here, really good size, again there. So every property that comes on, September, August, they stick on here as well. Now you might think, well, no one's going to look at this. I mean, how do you even find this? But actually, what this does is, if I go to, they've got a call now button there, so let's just click that, see what it does. Okay, so that's actually going through, so that's good. What you can do though, as I've done here, is you can just link through to an article. So for example, here's my website, and if I click on learn more, it just takes it straight through to my video or my website. So you can get instant benefit. So here's an example. There's Bereford's Adams, no idea who they are. So I could write on there, I could take this information, I could then add this link, add a couple of photos, and with that information I could send every person here. Now the reason why this is important is not that they'll necessarily find it by looking through the area here on the map, but what it does do is it tells Google more and more about this page. This now is linked through to, and you'll find that this will climb up. So if someone's doing a search for a semi-detached bungalow in the Wrexham area, and it's for 2-bedroom, at the moment you may find that it may not even make the top 10 pages with that type of information. But when you start adding Google's posts referencing it, immediately Google goes, this is more important, you're taking time out to do this. So my recommendation, my second recommendation that no one's doing at the moment, apart from a few people I've noticed in London are doing this at the moment, is to get ahead and get all of your properties on Google as well, Google My Business, by putting them through posts. It's ever so easy to do. Contact me if you need to know how to do that, especially if you're a local, then I can do that for you. But they've done it here, McKinney's have done it, and there are a few others probably, I saw some in London have done that as well. So there's my second tip. Now my third tip is really to just try and make it so that people can contact you. Now the best way to explain it is if you download the Google My Business app to your phone, then what happens then is you can set it up so that you get this contact or request a quote. Now for me it's request a quote because that's what I want, and that clicks that, and it basically, they can then send requests to me, and that then goes through to my phone. And immediately I get some interest. Someone wants to know about a website, and then I can then answer them back straight away from my app on my phone. So it's Google My Business app. You can set it up with this button. It doesn't have to be request a quote. It may be you just want to request a viewing. And so certainly with estate agents, that would make sense that they contact you. Can I arrange a viewing on Wednesday afternoon at 3 o'clock to see this property that you've got on here? And then there's a list of all the properties you've got and so on. And that's really the way, if you look at how many things I've got on here, and then all this is related to also a website that you can build as well. There's no end to what you can do with Google My Business. And believe me, it may at the moment not look like it's doing much, but we're dealing here with Google, and Google know what they're doing, and you can guarantee that if you put the investment and time in now, in a few years' time, you'll find you have a massive advantage over your competitors. So hopefully those 3 areas are going to be useful for you. Number 1, make sure that you try and reply to every review, good or bad. Number 2, use the posts to get all your properties up on Google, because while they're up there, they'll get extra traffic. Number 3 is make sure that you download the Google My Business app, fill out all the information you can, and then hopefully you'll get the button where you can request a booking for or a viewing for one of your properties. And hopefully that's going to really help you if you're a local estate agent, or if you're a real estate, or wherever you are in the world. Hopefully my tips have been useful to you. So please subscribe and make a note as well, or click the bell to be notified of when my next release comes out.